Hey Tracy, here's a quick video on some simple editing techniques that can help out an awful lot and in Photoshop. So when you take a picture, the camera doesn't know what it's shooting. It doesn't know whether it's a white cat on a snow pile or a black cat on a coal pile. It doesn't know if it's a gray wall, sand, shoes, whatever. So the best it can do is get a nicely exposed image that isn't blown out highlights or blocked up shadows. But then the interpretation part starts. You know, how are you going to perhaps interpret it a little beyond what the camera recorded, or what were you seeing or feeling at the moment of exposure? So let me do a 1-minute quick edit here to show you some possibilities. So I'm going to click on this and right-click Copy Image and come into Photoshop and paste the image by going File, New, and Create, and Control V. That's the shortcut for paste. And let me flatten this together. So I could say Layer Flatten Image or Control E. Okay, so first step when I start to edit any image is I look at the histogram in levels. The menu is Image Adjustment Levels, and the shortcut is Control L. So I'll use the shortcut Control L, and this is showing me every pixel from solid black through pure white. And notice that we have black pixels and dark gray pixels and medium gray pixels, but no white pixels. Kind of drops off right here at this point. So if I were to bring this highlight slider in, notice that the image is brightening. And if I want to raise contrast, I take the middle slider and I move it to the right a little bit. And notice what's happening, that if I show you before and after, so that's the before, and then this is the after, before, after. Control Z is the command for that. Okay, so that may be better possibly. Now, what I'd like to do is just a little bit of edge vignetting to kind of emphasize the focal point. And it should be subtle and not too obvious. So I'm going to take the elliptical marquee tool and bring it to the center and hold down Shift, and I'm in just Alt in this case, so that the marquee grows from the point I put the cursor. Because we have the selection now, what I want to do, I can move this around if I need to. I want to feather it out. So click Select and Mask. Click Feather to blend this way back, and then OK. And then I want to inverse the selection so what's selected is the outside. So select Inverse or Shift Control I, and then we're going to darken that. And when I darken, I like not to use levels, but brightness contrast, because it quiets things without raising contrast. So I'm going to say Image Adjustment, Brightness Contrast, and bring the brightness down a little bit. Sometimes it's helpful to hide the marching ant, so I'm going to hit Control H to hide it. Okay, and then I'm just dialing this back a little bit. Give a little presence to these lonely sandals that have been abandoned. And that's it. I'm going to save it. And I'll call it Tracy Edited, and make sure it's a JPEG and know where you're putting it. I'm throwing it on the desktop. Hit Save. Normally I'll save everything at 12, but for the internet I can dial it back a little bit. So I put it into 10. And that's it. I'm going to post this along with the video, and check it out and give it a shot. See you later.